A lot of people think that the surefire way into a voiceover career is getting that big, shiny, expensive microphone. You see all those elitist mics like the U87 and think, that is exactly what you need. Well, not really. A lot of the time, your mic is going to be used for mostly getting your demo together and the odd job. And while the clarity on a mic like the TLM103 is legendary, when you start your career, you probably won't be landing the gigs that require it. Perhaps you're starting in audiobooks or just doing some demos up for commercial work. While not super cheap, here are some of the mics that probably won't be questioned when you're doing an audition. Now, this list is a lot of things, but this shouldn't be taken as law. Every voice is going to react differently to every microphone, so make sure you try the microphones out, A/B them, especially for a voiceover mic. Now, if you can't put them side by side, watch several different reviewers on the microphones you're interested in and using various voices. As per usual, make sure you get several opinions as well. All right, well, let's start at the bottom and work our way up. This is the Neat Mics King B2. It's only $169 and it's a fantastic microphone. It's very warm, it's articulate, and very few, if any, harsh frequencies. I've been using this microphone since I got it as my daily driver for the morning show, and there have been no complaints. There is one drawback though, and might be the size. I mean, this thing's massive, right? Now, depending on how you deploy it, it might be an issue, as it can get in the way of copy. So just keep that in mind. Also, I really don't know how the resale market's going to be on this microphone. It is rather new and very unique, which both can impact the resale value either way. Next up, and not much more expensive, is the AKG P420. This thing rings in at around $219. I absolutely love the Perception lineup of microphones, and while I would normally say just go for the P220, the P420 is just a touch warmer, and I think it might be a little more forgiving for different kinds of voices. Frankly, it's only a few extra bucks. Now, you add on to that there is a level of resaleability to it if you decide to upgrade in the future, and you're not a mic hoarder like me. You can recoup a few extra bucks. Now, the next one up is a no-brainer, and frankly, this one and the next mic share the same price point of $269, but both have very different responses to voices. This one is the Lewitt LCT440. Very crisp sounding and very articulate, and it's marketed as being pure sounding. Now, if you have a bit of sibilance in your voice, this might require a bit of EQing that out, as it's a rather bright microphone, but it is smooth, and a lot of people really love this microphone. I also prefer the size of it. It's very compact, and it's got a cool pop shield design that is magnetized. Very much a great purchase if you're just starting out. And for a bit of a different flavor, the NT1 comes in at the same price as I said before. But while this still has the bright crispiness of the Lewitt, there's also a bit of a bump in the lower end, meaning this thing has just a bit warmer of a feel. This is the NT1. This is the Lewitt LCT440. And once again, this is the NT1. Once again, the Lewitt LCT440. Of course, this thing is a bit of a chonker again, and while some might scoff at that, not all setups can have a big honkin' mic, especially if you travel with it, and that may have to be part of your decision process. Also, this microphone has the distinction of being used on many high-profile jobs, including Disney films. Not too shabby for a microphone that costs under $300. And finally, let's just say you can't decide, or perhaps doing mic comparisons isn't possible where you are. In stock, maybe that's an issue. I have to bring up the SM7B, coming in just under the line at $399. Now, it is more forgiving for room ambiance, and if you have a clean preamp, which is a lot of newer interfaces, this thing will work just fine. Especially since VO work is generally produced in the end, you don't need beastly output to get a decent audio file with this. Also, they're rather smooth and hold the unofficial title as a broadcast microphone, meaning they sound great on many different voices. Now, since this thing is right up against the $400 price point, and tax is a real thing, if you're looking for something similar and even something that some people prefer, you can go with the Electro Voice RE320. Also a great choice, and you'll save a few bucks. I've done a review on it up here, or at least a comparison. You can check that out. Now, all of these options are basically out of all the mics that I had on hand, and I do know there are more, and there's some great options out there. Just remember, do your homework before you buy. And if you think I left anything out, please don't say Yeti. Please don't say Yeti. Let me know down below. Cheers, and I will see you in the next video.